What's up guys, Laconia here with another Dragon Ball Legends video, and as for every part of the anniversary, part 1, 2 and now 3, I will do a quick Legends judgment video of each part. I already did one for part 1 and 2, so check out if you want to see this one. And we're gonna do now part 3, and then later on the after party celebration. So as always, I will try to go, as so chronologically as possible. So I will start with the first thing that happened, which is here the Legends information. Just to quickly talk about what I thought about how good it is, and everything, and then we move on to the banners, new plat equipment, the 2 new characters, or 3 new characters, and then lastly the free-to-play character. So, alright, start with the Legends information. This is probably the most hype Legends information they ever did. I can't think about any other. Okay, I can think about another celebration as well. Is it better than the Legends Fest, where they introduced Tag Goku and Vegeta? Is it better or is it the same level? I'm not quite sure about that one, because I think 2 Ultras like this, I think they hyped that up really well. They made it, I was actually pretty confused on my reaction, what was going on here, on top of technical difficulties, but I think on Legends Fest, it was just, they brought a completely new mechanic to the game as well, so I think that tops it even. I would say this is the second or maybe third most hype Legends information they ever did. I think the Legends Festival for, was it 2021? With the tag Blue, Goku and Vegeta from the Broly movie, I think that's the #1 thing right now. Maybe last year Legends Anniversary Part 1 reveal for fusing Vegeta and Gogeta was maybe better, but I think this has more to do because no one expected us to get 2 transforming a synchro gauge at fusion characters in one anniversary, especially in one part. I think that's really hard to top forever, but this is at least up to as #2 or #3 in the spot of best Legends information or reveals, however you want to call it. What did they all announce? New events, the new characters here, what else? New characters, then we got Frieza here as a surprise for everybody. What else did we get? The announcement for the plat. Yeah, summoning Porunga. I think this is a nice thing they also brought in. That we get like a different thing other than normal Shenron. I think that was also really cool that they did this. And what else? What was it good? This is the global tournament, I think. From Toshi. I think it was really funny how he just sit back and just turned around like that seemed like a villain thing to do. Was it like, reminds me of Cool and Frieza when they do it, but also genuine villains who are like in the back sitting and just turn around then to be like dramatic. I think that was really cool in the announcement general. Man, I wish I could participate, but I don't have the time for that. That would be. But other than that, was there something else? Singing the Chala Chala song was also really cool. So the Legends information totally was like, was there something I'd hate about it? No. Was there something I wish they had in it? No, I think this is a, let's just give it a 10 out of 10. I think this is the Legends information for hype and everything what I look into. Like, I think the information should be hype. And I think they succeeded totally in that, and having like content that you interested to listen to. Yeah, I think compared to part 1, where they talked about a bunch of things that no one cared about for Legends itself, was kind of could have skipped all that, and that Legends formation was longer than this one. So Legends formation 10 out of 10, very good. No complaint here. So moving on. I think we're gonna talk about the Ultra. No, I think we're gonna talk about the Plat first. So, and then more about the Ultras and Krillin. So, yeah, to give a quick judgment about this Plat, I think for LF4 Power Freezer right now is, in my opinion, I think what was he on my placement? Number 7 on the list, because I think compared to other units, he has a team that he's, I would say, more often than not constantly on. Like on powerful opponent, he's core on powerful opponent. I mean, you could swap him with Vegeta, I guess, but if you're not gonna run double green, he's automatically in there. LOE, if you want to run it, he's obviously core on it. And the fact that this guy Zenkai released during Vegito, like Ultra Vegito Blue, after Ultra Vegito Blue, I think. So that's almost 2 years ago, and they managed to bring out a Plat that actually made him top 10 minimum. I mean, that's a huge win. That's a 10 out of 10 Plats there, I would say. Like, they didn't undertune it. I think the one thing I don't like about this Plat is this ability here that he needs to get Kavano through his green card. And I don't like it because he doesn't force through greens. So I think that's the one thing I'm not happy about this Plat, but other than that, I really can't complain. He has a disrupt, he has good damage, his ultimate actually hits pretty hard, the defenses are there, he's not just getting one shot by Kaioken and Goku when you have 14 stars and everything, so I really can't complain with this Plat. This is really good. I'm glad they made it this good. I was really worried because his Zenkai was that old. But, I mean, he has the mechanics to be viable, and yeah. I'm gonna give this a 9.5. If his Kavano was on entry, every time he uses a card for 5-time accounts, I would give this Plat a 10, but because it's on the green. And the thing with the green is, it's not bad, but if you have Ultra Freezer and Cell, why would you not use it with them? I think they have slightly better uses with the green card, so, but again, 9.5 out of 10, really good Plats, I cannot complain here. Then we look next at the 2 Ultra Banners. Now, I usually tend to look at, okay, how good are the LF characters with them, and other 1% sparkings that are there maybe, but this is the thing with Ultra Banners. But, I mean, the 1% sparking usually just simply are too old or just suck, so no one cares about them. But they actually brought in a 1% sparking character with Krillin, so these are easily the best Ultra Banners ever because they have other good units besides the Ultra. So, like, Krillin is not like super crazy, but Krillin is at least a usable character that you, as a 1% sparking. Only problem is the Z power, but so that's a big plus that they have in 1% sparking. The Goku banner besides that is just honestly bad. Nothing else to say. I mean, this guy's too old. These 2 guys are too old. They're only for Zenkai benches, obviously. These guys are not that great anymore, so as well. So it's really just you pull Krillin or this Goku, or you don't pull anything good. And they didn't change the banner, so I don't know if I want to give them a minus for this. Because I think with 2 Ultras, they should change a bit things about the banner, but at the same time, you don't have to summon on everything. It's kind of the thing, but yeah, I'm gonna say it's okay simply because they actually had a 1% sparking in there for the Goku banner, so I'm gonna say it's okay. But yeah, double Ultras, if you're somebody who wants both, it's kind of hurting. And for Frieza's banner, I mean, this is just... There's no way you can look at both banners and think Goku's banner is better. It's just Frieza banner is just better in every way. You have a 3 times Ultra Step, which Goku simply doesn't have, so that's a plus for him. And the thing which I like about this banner, which is, first of all, it's nice that they brought Krillin actually for both banners, so he has minimum the same value as this banner, but I think this is the first time ever that an Ultra banner has an LF unit that is actually in the top 10. So yeah, this might be the best Ultra banner they ever brought, because not only do you have a bit higher chance to pull Frieza and also 1% sparking, but you have an LF character that is worth pulling if you don't have around 14 stars. I had, so for me pulling him didn't matter, but maybe you didn't have him at 14 stars yet, or at 7 stars even, and you pull him, you get the Zenkai ready, you get this Plaid, and you actually get value besides the Ultra character for once. So yeah, this is a... I don't mind it that much that they didn't change the format here as much, because again, you have a 1% sparking, you have an higher auto pull rate at 1 step, and you have a viable LF character, so yeah, that's pretty good. It's way better than Goku's banner, which kind of surprised me that they even did that. On top of that, you can later get an event where you get 1000 Ultra Z-Power for Frieza as well, so you have a minimum 6 stars when you pull him once, so yeah, that's really good. But I don't know how much I'm gonna knock them for the fact that they didn't change the Ultra banners, generally speaking. I think if you look at both together, maybe a 6 out of 10. 7, because Ultra banners are still not that great. I think one big problem for this is that Krillin only gets 600 Z-Power if you pull him, which, I mean, you can get him high stars with all the events we got going, but maybe they should have given him Krillin specifically like 1000. But yeah, besides that, I think all the banners are okay. So looking now at the two Ultras and the new character, I'm gonna start with Krillin first. He's not crazy himself. He's obviously, he's just basically the I gonna support the team character. He doesn't do much besides that. I mean, the one big minus for him is he doesn't have a Zenkai bench at all. Like, there's no Red Frieza Saga or Red Super Warrior Zenkai bench, so yeah, that's a big minus for Krillin. But the fact that he gives damage guard and all the damage and his death bus and so on, and the healing and the subcode manipulation, it really helps to make Frieza Saga like really hard to kill if you playing these three together. So I think Krillin is okay. Nothing crazy. I'm glad that he's not like a Majin Q character, because that would be really annoying. He's more like, yeah, a solid third support character, but not like crazy. You don't need him, but it's not bad if you have him on the team. So I think he's okay. Now looking at these two, and this is probably the biggest problem with this part 3, and that I don't know how much I'm gonna drag the whole part 3 down for this, because so here's the thing. Frieza, obviously broken character, really good, so on. Same as with Goku, they're both really good, but the problem with them is, in case you didn't notice, they are countering both part 1 as completely. And here's the thing, I personally, I mean, quickly look at the characters here. So these two. So I hate this guy to the max. All right, I hate him more than. I think he's my most hated character, or second most hated of this year. It's either him or Majin Ku. I mean, his counter gauge was always annoying, but giving him a counter green card that you literally cannot play around is just stupid. I mean, you tackle, you use any strike or blast, you tap attack or tackle whatever encountering you, hitting with your blue, you can't do anything about it because he locks you in, he gets more of his unique gauge, so it takes way longer to counter him. He's just annoying. I hate passive gameplay. He's the most passive unit in Dragon Ball Legends existing. It's just bad. So for myself, I'm glad that Frieza is countering him completely, because not only is he green, but his Death Beam is just completely ruining his entire gameplay style. His purpose is just, I'm in the back, I'm gonna counter your moves, I'm gonna stall, and so on, but the Death Beam is countering not only his unique gauge, but also his counter green. So UI Goku is there, you throw the Death Beam, he has to vanish, and at that point you have only two options: either go for an attack and hope that you catch the Frieza character, or you switch out, because chances are Frieza has the second Death Beam, and so the biggest strength of this character is just completely gone. And yes, he can hit hard still, but that's the only thing he does. He's the I can hit hard character right now, but he doesn't do anything. And we have a lot of green units to counter him as well, so it's not like he's unusable, but he's in a really bad spot. And again, I hate this character, but the problem is, you have to admit, still have to look at him as, okay, he's a part 1 character. People have summoned for this character. People maybe like MUI as a character, generally speaking, or summoned for him part 1. And now they're countering this unit entirely to the point where he's not Corn Saiyans. The unit's rep team right now is not really used, so he doesn't see any play, and that is bad for people who summoned for him. Especially if you're free to play and didn't have a lot of CC going on, and managed to barely pull him, and then later on he gets completely countered. It's just a horrible feeling for you, and it's even worse. It's even worse for him, because they countered him as well, but more brutally than this guy. Like, he gets countered in his mechanics, but this guy gets countered to the point where he's unusable at this point. Like, in part 1, you were looking at these two and you were like, okay, yeah, Evo wasn't that great, but it's not like he's unusable. He's okay at best, but should have been better. Okay. Part 2, I was actually thinking about like, okay, you know what? He gained a bit value. He's now okay to use. I would say better than part 1, because the solar flare became more a thing, which Kaba counters, so there's a more reason to use Kaba and Evo. He has card destruction immunities, and I was like, you know what? And as well, getting Saiyan Saga Vegeta as a new partner, as a third on Saiyans for blast-based Saiyans, I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe depending on part 3, he could be looking decent. And then, yeah, they released this guy, and he's gone because he locks in. And the problem is, he is countering the whole concept of Kaba and Evo's dynamics. Because what they were thinking with releasing these two is, okay, you have Kaba always with Evo. He's deleting buffs twice on rushes, on ultimates. So if a Majin Vegeta comes in, wants to lock in Evo and kill Evo, Evo's gonna live, because not only he's going to get type neutral, but also Kaba has the buff removal. Evo is fine. This guy is completely ignoring the whole thing, because he gets endurance null after the second time he had his full unique gauge on every entry. And if he has a full unique gauge and uses Strike or Blast, he locks you in. So what's he gonna do? You know, just to get one combo going against Evo with somebody. And then you switch this guy in, full unique gauge, and just spam strike cards. Evo's died. He has no type neutral to defend. He's just dead. End of the story. And he doesn't even need the blue card or anything. Or even the endurance. It's not even necessary. Just one priority, spamming strikes. He's done. Evo's done. That's the end of the character. It's just... And I think, in case you're somebody who is watching ZVG and watched one of his videos where he explained this situation, he caught his enemy Evo once and the game would have been over. He misplayed once because he could have killed Evo in one combo. Full unique gauge. Not even the second time he got unique gauge, the first time he got his unique gauge full. One priority, Evo would have been dead if he didn't make one simple mistake. That's how bad the situation is. And it's not that Evo can't perform per se like in terms of if you use him and fight him and he attacks, he can do work. He's not bad offensively, but you have to play so well with this character and basically can't do any mistakes against Namegoku. One mistake, it's one mistake you have to do and he could be gone. And it's just not worth using this character, and this is a big minus for them because because they countered their part 1 entirely. Like, this guy counters it not only by color, but also what the character UI wants to do, and this guy just countered this guy so hard he's not existing, as he's unusable. It's just... Again, I'm generally more annoyed by this guy than Frieza actually, because, and I mentioned this in at least I think in now 2 videos at this point. Frieza himself is just a really broken green, but it's not like if we had a purple character that is decent, literally evil would have been enough for me to say, okay, you could deal with this character. Not in the terms of that evil is destroying Frieza, but it's like that Frieza can just go past evil. Frieza has type neutrality not that consistently. It's only on full unique age if he uses a death beam. That's the one time he has offensively type neutral. He doesn't have that all the time in a match. So evil could be enough, but because they released this character who deletes all proper units at this point, Frieza can just run for free with this death beam and no one can tank that shit really. It's just... Again, and this is, it's not just that they counter these two, but the thing that this Goku creates for the game, in my opinion, is just so bad. Again, killing all the purples, and not only that, but again, his lock-in ability enables you to rush snipe any unit. If you play in Saiyan Saga and your Kaioken Goku gets rush sniped, you're losing. And he does this to Saiyan Saga, he does this to Universe Rep, and at this point, that's why you don't see Universe Rep in Saiyan Saga. In my opinion, you don't see them at all. You only see a team with this guy, or a team with this guy, or these two together, but you're not playing anything else. So I would say the meta and what these two did for the game, especially Goku, like people see Frieza as the biggest problem, but it's just really, for me, it's just really, we don't have a purple, that's why Frieza is so broken. For me, we have still a red character, and he's arguably number 2 in the game. And he's creating so much problem for the whole game, in my opinion. And the only solution, so you avoid getting Rising Rush sniped, is run this character. So, yeah, you either have a team that is full of buff cancellation on rushes, or you play this Goku. Those are the options. This is what this Goku created for the game. Great, isn't it? Like, so in terms of for the meta and for the fact that they killed off their part 1 units entirely, I'm gonna give this Ultras as cool as I like them. Like, I like Frieza and I don't mind Goku as character as the character Goku, Super Saiyan Goku. I don't mind that at all, but looking at their kit and what they do for the game, this is a 0 for me. Completely 0, and it's not even because of the evil bias. Like, I like this character, but it's one. I mean, I could be happy about this one, but at the same time, I'm not because other people summoned for him, and this is just unfair for the people who summoned for this character and maybe are free to play and couldn't afford to summon part 2 as well. And by the way, I summoned only on him in part 1. Spent 30k at this point, and now I can use him. Great. I mean, I have enough CC to summon for the other units. I mean, I got everything else I wanted, but it's just annoying. And the thing is, at this point, I want this Goku out of this game, but I don't want people to like feel the same thing that I feel for Evo with this Goku because he's an Ultra character. Imagine spending 30k CC for an Ultra Goku or 2 Ultra Gokus and then you counter him immediately to the point where you can't use him. Basically give him the Super Vegeta treatment. You wouldn't feel good about that either. And I don't want don't want this for people. Like, I want a proper unit that doesn't counter Frieza but is good enough to exist. And I want something to at least gimp this character, or at least don't make it all around these two. So yeah, this is my Ultra. I was almost so rad because I really have a problem with this. I really hate this unit, man. I really, man. Yeah. So the ultras, these two, not a good thing. I mean, this guy, I think is really just the problem that we don't have a purple unit. It's just really, if we had a purple, I even would say this Frieza's okay. A bit broken, but not to a point where you can't play the game. But with this guy, getting off my screen. Okay. Yeah. Now that we got that out of the way, we can talk about this free-to-play Frieza, which is the last thing we got. So I will say this about him. He didn't, like, I mean, I used him a bit, and he didn't really impress me in the sense of like, oh man, he's this crazy free-to-play character or anything. But I can look at him and what he does, and what the intention was with this character and how he performs, and look at him and say, this is a free-to-play unit. Which, people might confuse what I mean by that, but if you go to the event exclusive, if I look at Jiren, and I look at this, where's this guy, this unit of shame, where are you, Gohan? Yeah, there you are. I can even look at, if I look at these guys, I think I'm looking at the EX characters. That's what I mean. Like, that's how bad I view them. Like, I don't know what the point was with him. With him, I can see it to a degree, but definitely not good enough. Like, this Frieza, he has a clear gimmick he wants to do, and it works. And he has better Kavano. Like, he has Kavano on green and on entry, which I don't know why they. I still think free time accounts of Kavano is stupid. Like, we have Ultra Frieza who's spamming Kavano constantly, and you giving this guy free time accounts of Kavano is stupid. Same for the other event exclusive character, but man, he supports, he has a heal from himself, he again gives ally damage that can't be cancelled, and he can draw blue cards, and again has these okay blast attack. Like, I don't mind this guy at all. I think he's just, obviously he's not like that I mean last year's 18 level, I think the yellow 18 or the yellow Super Saiyan Trunks or the blue Broly legendary Super Saiyan Broly. No, how the full power Broly, the blue one who had endurance, like that was a crazy free-to-play character. He's not nothing like that, but I can look at him and say, okay, he's at least, I would consider him a sparking free-to-play unit that should have been a bit better to be like a viable unit. But if I look at him, at Jiren, and especially look at this guy, I don't even know if I want to consider them even event exclusive characters. For me, they are extreme, especially him. What were they thinking with 60 time accounts to give a card draw speed? The base thing that everyone has. And if I want to describe this guy, if you think about, remember about this guy, how his blue card is just garbage, like useless before level 3, and at level 3 it's bad. Like, it comes from useless to bad. That's what his blue card is. If this blue card was a character, it would be him. He's useless before, and he's bad afterwards. And I don't see this with the Frieza. I think they did an okay event exclusive character with this. Not to the point I would like him to be, because I wish they would be usable characters like other event exclusive characters in the past, but I don't hate it. So yeah, that's the last thing for this Frieza, and that's really all we got. And this is the next problem I'm gonna point out with this is no Zenkai. No Zenkai at all for part 3. And this is I don't know what they could have done technically, because I mean, what do I mean if they don't know? I mean, there were some options, and you know, it's one thing if we don't get an LF Zenkai, okay, if you don't want an LF Zenkai, the Blue Namek Goku, okay, whatever. But no Zenkai at all is kind of stupid. You could Zenkai him. You could have Zenkai'd him for Krillin's sake. I mean, does he buff Frieza Saga as a Z ability? I need to know that first. Yeah. Could have Zenkai'd him so that Krillin has an actual Zenkai bench, and he really needs it. I think it was not the worst thing for me with the Green Saiyan Saga Vegeta, but for Krillin, I think he really needed it. You could do this guy, even though it would have been then more so a thing for Frieza Force, but you could have Zenkai'd him. Like, there were some options you could have Zenkai. And I don't like the fact about Zenkai and him, because I think the whole Ginyu Force either should get a Zenkai or no one. I don't like if it's just Zenkai Ginyu or just Zenkai these guys. I think they should have Zenkai'd either all three of them or none. But this guy could have gotten a Zenkai. This guy could have gotten a Zenkai. This guy could have gotten a Zenkai. I don't know why they didn't do anything. Like, all they had to do is, for the last week when we got this free-to-play unit, give us a Zenkai with him. Either that or 2 ultra unique equipments for these two. 2 options they should have done. They didn't do. Not a good thing. In fact, I would call it even a bad thing. And again, if you look at the amount of Zenkais we got, there has only been 2, 3. I don't even know how much Zenkais we got. We got Rev UI, Revival Frieza. Who was the third? Did we even get a third? I don't even know. Like, that's how little Zenkais we got in this whole anniversary, so yeah, that's extremely bad. I don't know why they don't do it. I can understand if they think like, okay, this is a replacement for an LFM Zenkai unit, but at least for the times we get free-to-play characters, there should have been something else with it. So again, I call this a big minus here. I called it meta a big minus, and this guy, I'm gonna be like, he's okay. I'm not mad about him, but I'm also not happy about him at the same time. He's the definition of I can let him slide. I can let it slide that they make him this good or bad in that sense. But so how would I give this in total? And this is the hard part, because I would say from the Legends information to Krillin has been really good. I mean, those two were perfect, I would say. Almost perfect to perfect. These banners were solid. He is solid. He's a catastrophe for the game. And yeah, the fact that they countered part 1 again. We don't see any of them. Also, neither KO Caulifla nor Kaba, not even Hit. Like, we don't see any of them. So, what do I want to judge this? Do I want to call it good? Do I want it bad? I'm really not sure about this, because I don't know how much I want to weigh the whole meta thing. I think in total, I would say 5 out of 10 or 4 out of 10. I'm not sure in total, because I'm making this like in a scale from 1 to 10, so you guys can kind of think about, see what I'm thinking about this. Because again, this all is really good. So like the start of it must be really good, but again, countering Evo entirely to the point where you can't play him anymore, countering this guy to the point where he doesn't see any play anymore, and the whole meta is really annoying right now. Actually, destroying the entire purple color doesn't exist because of this guy, which makes this guy completely annoying and broken and unchecked, which is bad for the meta because he does a lot of damage and can just run free. This guy with his lock-in is just generally speaking bad for the game. And then we have no Zenkais, and he's also just an okay unit. I think this is a 5 or 4 out of 10 for me. I can't put it high. I can't give them more. I can't look at it better. Like, I really can't. And for people who think the meta is diverse right now, it's just really not. It's just, I mean, I have a tab open where my top 10 was. No, I don't. I mean, let's just quickly go to characters if you look to explain what I mean. Okay, we have these 3 characters. Okay, we have who else do we have in the middle? These 2. Alright, so we have these 3, these 2. That's 5 units, and then we have Feed Crew, and then we have yellow full power freezer, and that's it. Those are the only units I currently see right now. It's always this Goku and then either Vegeta or Feedku, or it's these 2 guys together and Kaioken Goku, these 2 guys together, and rarely ever Krillin, or this guy with Cell and Vegeta, or these 2 guys with Frieza. Like there's some variation, but it's also like it's basically always these 2. It's basically always these 2. You don't see any teams that's not around these 2 characters because you can't. Because if you do that, this guy's a problem, and this just seriously hits really hard and everything. Like there's no punishment for not using Frieza, and if you don't use a team that has this guy in it, you're getting snipe killed, and you can't do anything about it. Like I tried to play Saiyans with Vegeta, Evo, and Kaba, and yes, you can talk about all you want that this is not the greatest team ever, but the most of the time I didn't lose because of Evo. Actually, I lost because this guy just locked in my Kaba and rushed me. Nothing I can do about it. Type advantage doesn't matter at that point because he does the damage for it, and he gets type neutrality at some point as well, just to point that out. And then what? What do I do afterwards? Great to have Vegeta on there. Like, same time Vegeta is good, but he's not gonna cover me against Kaioken Goku and Namek Goku and whoever fraud there is. It's just really stupid, and that drags down the game for me a lot. Like, for me, meta is one of the most important things, and I think some people just simply overlook that. Like, this is like Legends Fest Part 2. Legends Fest Part 2 is horrible. People who think this was a good Legends Fest Part 2 have to remember the fact that we got combo forever. How is that good? And now we have this guy, the leading entire color in Part 1 unit, making some teams even almost unrunnable because of the punishment you get. That's just bad. So yeah, all they had to do is don't give this guy a goddamn lock-in. They really shouldn't have done that, and it would have been fine. Really, like, I think Evo would have been okay to use if this guy didn't have a lock-in. I don't mind that he's yellow, but I really do mind that the fact that he's a lock-in. That's just a really bad thing they did. So let's see how they fix this in the next 2 weeks. I hope they will get something good again. And I think I can speak about this whole total 7th anniversary quickly as well. Part 1 was bad. Part 2 was, I would say, good, and Part 3 was also kinda bad. This is not a good anniversary. It really isn't. Like, in terms of hype characters, sure, but overall, no. It's just not. And no, ground battle is not gonna cover this mess they did right there. It's not. It's just simply not. And even if the after party is gonna be good, I still would consider this maybe at best a 6 out of 10 in total. I think. Like, the after party would have to be like godsend. It would have been like the best thing you could have done ever level to compensate for Part 1 being trash and this guy and these guys ruining the meta. Like, that's a high expectation, and I don't think that Afterfight is gonna cover it. So yeah, this is my judgment for this anniversary again. 5 or 4 out of 10, whatever you want to pick. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I was too harsh with this? I think I'm not, because again, meta is important. And yeah, see you guys in the next one, and let me know in the comments what you maybe think about this anniversary in total. I would be gladly like to hear your opinion. See you guys in the next one. Scum.